Hi, I'm Rudolf van der Ven, and you're listening to the Automotive Photography Podcast, discussing everything from gear to location scouting to the business aspects, you name it. Right, let's do this. Get some water. So to start things off, I'm going to be podcasting. Even better, I'm going to start two podcasts. One is going to be on this channel mostly, and it's going to be an English podcast. The other one is going to be in Dutch. It's going to be a bit more local. I'm Belgium based, so it would make sense to have a local podcast as well. But both podcasts are going to be miles apart in terms of content. The Dutch one is going to be a typical two-person podcast, a duo podcast. I'm going to be talking to relevant guests in Belgium, people that are somehow related to cars, so involved in the automotive community. It's going to be in Dutch, like I said, and it's going to be interviews mostly. So I'm going to be interviewing a rapper, photographers as well, people who organize car shows, dealerships, that kind of thing. That's not going to be this podcast, however. This one is going to be, like I said, English, and it's going to be focused on automotive photography. Not just light painting tutorials and all that stuff, just a more general sense of exploration of the industry. I know there are many podcasts out there that already do similar things, but I'm still planning to give it my own touch, basically. Um, what could you expect? Will there be guests? Yeah, I think so. Most of the podcasts are going to be rather short. They're going to be about 15 to 20-minute podcasts, very punchy, touching subjects like the business aspect of being a car photographer, or something more specific around lighting or finding particular cars or finding locations, that kind of thing. So, as some of you know, I have an online course called Light Painting Cars, and some of the content from Light Painting Cars is going to be used in the podcast as well. Not all of it, and it's going to go much broader than just light painting. Light painting is very niche, and I prefer to make it interesting for anyone who's just into even photography as a whole, not necessarily automotive photography. So I look forward to doing that. But it made sense that if I'm going to be doing that, I would start with a short episode first to explain who I am and what I do. So, hereby, my name is Rudolf van der Ven. You can check out my website at rudolfvanderven.com. I'll put all the links below. My Instagram is Rudolf van der Ven. My Behance is Rudolf van der Ven as well. So, I guess you see a bit of a pattern there. But again, I'll put all the links below. I'm 35 years old. I'm Belgium based. I live in Ghent in Belgium. And I've been doing automotive photography for, I would say, 5 years now, something like that. By the way, my mic is a condenser mic, so I might sound a bit far away from time to time, which is just me, forgetting to talk straight into the mic. Apologies. I'll try to fix all this in post production audio, but I'm not an audio engineer by any means. So yeah. So I've been doing automotive car photography for about 5 years. The story of how I got started is rather boring. I had been doing photography for probably 10 years already, when a friend of mine who works for Jaguar Land Rover asked if I wanted to take a car for a weekend and just go and have some fun and take some shots. And sure, that sounded like a good idea. I had no idea how to shoot cars. And it took me a while to sort of find my own style and discover techniques that I really liked. And I think about probably 3 years ago, yeah, 3 years ago now, I started messing around with light painting. I had not watched any tutorials. I saw some results online, and then I guess I looked something up on how to light a car with long exposures, and then that's how one thing led to another. And pretty much since then, apart from a few exceptions, I've been doing only light painting, which has been great fun. I love light painting. I love the result as well as the way of working. And I just love the flexibility. I never really liked flashes or studio setups or any of that. And the idea of just being able to go out with a car and a camera and a tripod and an LED bar and just taking awesome photos, that just, ever since, it has really appealed to me. And yeah, I don't think I would stop doing it anytime soon. So mostly light painting, and I feel like I've sort of I wouldn't say I discovered everything about light painting. I still learn during every shoot, but I do feel like I've sort of nailed down the process of how I do things nowadays. And I like showing people that. I do workshops. Like I said, I have a course online. Um, and it's just good fun to, see people use the same techniques and produce awesome results. I've never been one of those guys who has been sort of scared of, like losing out to the competition or giving away the magic ingredient or anything like that. No, there's no secret sauce. It's just, um, teaching people stuff is fun. So yeah, you're gonna be seeing quite a bit of light painting in this. Well, you're not gonna see it; it's a podcast. You're gonna be hearing about it. I do have video. Um, I have a very visual brain, and personally, I love podcasts where I can see the host and the guests on screen as well. So I figured I'd do that too. Plus, it would be another reason to put this on YouTube. I suppose would be pretty boring if you just had audio with a blank screen. I don't like that. So yeah, I'm 35 years old. I live in Belgium, in Ghent. I work with a couple of pretty cool brands: Bugatti, Bentley, Lamborghini, Ferrari. What else? Gosh, Porsche, Audi. So a lot of Volkswagen Group, I guess. Mercedes, BMW, Mini, and Jaguar Land Rover, and a couple of others from time to time, Tesla. So I am very fortunate that I have access to really cool cars to do my line painting with. A lot of people don't realize of course, driving Lambos is fun, but it's also pretty stressful, especially in a country like Belgium where everything is very dense and very um, tiny. I would say you don't have a ton of space to maneuver and park and all those things, especially in a city like Ghent, which is it's pretty small in here. So yeah, I tried to make a lot of content on the side as well, like do Instagram stories. I'm developing a couple of other things, like Cars with Rudolph, which is coincidentally the name of that other podcast, the Dutch one, where I sort of try to be a bit of an automotive journalist, I suppose. Go to car launches, do some behind the scenes stuff, do the podcast, and there's more coming as well. So yeah, really looking forward to doing more podcasts on this channel. I know this is not the most interesting episode, but I figured you know, I had to do at least a bit of an intro. So um, hence this episode. I'll label this episode one. Maybe I should call it episode zero. I don't know. But from time to time, there definitely will be guests, so keep an eye on that as well. And apart from that, it's just going to be me giving advice or just talking about random things that frustrate me or giving some advice or pointers there as well. I plan to do quite a bit of content on the business aspect of being a photographer and also finding clients because I think that's where most automotive photographers and especially the young ones really struggle. So I think that's an important chapter to talk about. So yeah, see you guys around, and it's been fun doing this, and see you guys soon. hear you guys soon. See ya.